United States of America is a country located in central North America between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans and bordered by Canada to the north and Mexico to the south. It is the third largest country in the world by land area and population. Because of its large size, the country has great geographic diversity and thus includes most climate types. The climate variety in the United States makes the land prime for agriculture and other beneficial industries. The country is run as a federal constitutional republic and is considered one of the most democratic nations in the world. The economy is referred to as mixed because the government plays a small part in regulating economic activity. However, the structure is similar to a free market economy. Some of the most prominent industries in the nation include agriculture, consumer goods, and steel production. The United States is also the third biggest producer of oil in the world, the second largest producer of natural gas, and the first largest producer of corn, which gives the United States an advantage in natural resources over most countries in the world. 37.3% of Americans work in managerial, professional, and technical jobs, and 20.3% of Americans are employed in manufacturing, extraction, transportation, and crafts jobs. The country is considered to be very developed and is the 8th most economically free nation in the world, according to the Economic World Freedom Index. While the country has experienced economic prosperity for many years due to their victory in World War II, as well as the emergence of the country as the sole superpower after the end of the Cold War, the country has recently been experiencing an economic decline known as a recession. The recession has raised the unemployment rate to 9.3%, left the balance of trade deficit equivalent to $38.7 billion USD, and set the GDP at $14.13 trillion US. In terms of barriers to trade, the United States has quotas on sugar production to protect the economy, as well as a tariff on Canadian lumber. The United States also placed an embargo on all products from Cuba because their government became communist and was considered a threat to national security. The U.S. is also involved in free trade agreements, which benefits the country by opening up more markets and allows more opportunities for small businesses. Mexico is a country found in North America directly to the south of the United States. To the east, Mexico is bordered by the Gulf of Mexico, and to the south and west by the Pacific Ocean. Mexico is bordered by Belize, Guatemala, and the Caribbean Sea to the southeast. The two major mountain ranges in Mexico are the Sierra Madre Occidental and the Sierra Madre Oriental. The country is divided into tropical and temperate zones by the Tropic of Cancer, which gives Mexico one of the world's most diverse weather systems. The tropical climate, as well as the mix of mountains and beaches in Mexico, make the country a hotspot for travelers and allows the country to have one of the most thriving tourism industries in the world. Mexico is run as a federal constitutional republic and has a free market economy. Some of the most prominent industries include agriculture, tobacco, iron, and petroleum. 62.9% of Mexicans are employed in the service industry, but agriculture is also important to the country and includes 13.7% of the labor force. While Mexico is considered to be an upper-middle income nation, it is still not a true developed country because of the high poverty rate, so it is thought to be developmentally transitioning. The country rank in the Economic World Freedom Index is 41. Mexico experienced a surge of social, economic, and technological growth in the 1990s, which made the country into one of the world's biggest economies. The country's economy has grown consistently since 2001 and is largely unaffected by the financial problems of neighboring countries in South America, as well as the United States. The unemployment rate is at 5.5% with a GDP of $874.1 billion US and a balance of trade deficit of $814 million USD. In terms of barriers to trade, Mexico has an economically beneficial quota on sugar production and fishing. Mexico's economy benefits greatly from being part of a free trade agreement. Free trade allows for more competition in certain industries such as agriculture that had previously fallen victim to monopolization. Mexico is considered to be the world's top free trade agreement country. The U.S. has an existing trade relationship with Mexico where the top exports from the U.S. to Mexico include motor vehicle parts, chemicals, and electronic equipment. The currency of Mexico are pesos. $1 US is equivalent to around 12 pesos. Russia covers more than a ninth of the Earth's land area, making it the largest country in the world. Located in an area called Northern Eurasia, the country includes 9 time zones, the world's largest forest reserves, vast stretches of plains, steppes, and tundra, as well as access to multiple large bodies of water. The oceans and seas provide many rivers throughout Russia, such as the Volga, the largest river in Europe. The country is rife with natural resources such as timber, natural gas, petroleum, various mineral resources, and fresh water. The country is run as a federal, semi-presidential republic. Some of the most prominent industries include a complete range of mining and extractive industries, machinery, defense industries, and textiles. Russia is the second largest producer of oil and the first largest producer of natural gas, giving Russia a resource advantage over the United States. 58.1% of Russians work in the service industry. Russia is considered to be an emerging or developing country. Russia has a low rating on the Economic World Freedom Index at 143. However, Russia has a lower unemployment rate than the US at 8.4%, as well as a balance of trade surplus equivalent to 10.41 billion USD. The country's GDP is at 1.23 trillion USD. Russia has made extensive efforts to lower their record-breaking inflation rate of 2,333.30% in 1992, since their switch from a centrally planned, globally isolated economy under the Soviet Union to a market-based economy. As of this October, Russia's inflation rate is at 7.6%. Despite extreme economic setbacks, Russia appears to be slowly working towards meeting their economic goals. In terms of barriers to trade, Russia has economically beneficial quotas on fishing as well as poultry and pork production. Russia also placed an embargo on certain products from the country of Georgia over an ongoing military dispute. The U.S. has an existing trade relationship with Russia where the top exports from the U.S. to Russia are meat products, vehicles, and nuclear equipment, while the three top imports to the U.S. from Russia are mineral fuels, inorganic chemicals, radioactive components, and aluminum. The Russian ruble is the currency in the Russian Federation. A single U.S. dollar is equivalent to about 27 Russian rubles.